Hi everybody, it's Lacey at Fayetteville Pelvic Health and Wellness. It's February. Valentine's Day is coming up very soon, and with it come a lot of expectations. That's reality in our culture. There's a lot of expectations in terms of sexuality on Valentine's Day. Even the whole month of February, sorry. I've been a little sick. I wanted to share a little bit of my experience. I got into pelvic floor physical therapy because of my own pain, my own pelvic pain. And that happened the first time I had intercourse. I didn't know what was normal, I didn't know what was not normal, but from day one, I had significant pain. So over time, my brain built associations between sex and pain. So there was a negative association there. When my pain was better, several years later, when I got that treated and took care of, I had no pain whatsoever with intercourse. Okay. However, my brain was not able to move past those associations for a while. So while in my head, logically, I knew this is safe, there's no pain, this is not dangerous, why can't you just want it like normal people? Which that's a whole other soapbox, okay? But it wasn't really a choice that I was able to make. Like, I couldn't choose to just be turned on. I couldn't choose to be aroused. I couldn't light some candles and suddenly be in the mood, because my brain was programmed to associate sexual activity with pain. The same thing can happen from any sort of trauma, any sort of negative sexual experiences, even way back into childhood. And there's studies that show that adverse childhood experiences, even sometimes unrelated to the pelvis specifically, can impact your brain and those associations later in life. So there's a strong correlation between negative childhood experiences and pelvic pain down the road. So this is not something that is necessarily simple, especially as women. Our desire and arousal systems can be very complicated, can be very complex. There are things that might start to turn us on, but then there are even little things that can happen that trigger our brain to want to shut it all down right away. So there's a balance. Every one of us is different. There's a lot that goes into it, but I just wanted to kind of share this with you guys because over the years, I read books, I got some help, and I'm able to trust my body now. I trust that it's not going to be painful, and that's very helpful finally in kind of allowing myself to let go and have more pleasurable sexual experiences. But it took a long time and it took some help. It took a lot of reading and understanding of my brain on my part to get there. And so if you are somebody who is struggling with that and you aren't sure why and you're not sure where to go, a good place to start is always your primary care doc or your gynecologist. For me, she sent me to a sex therapist, and the sex therapist was who recommended, kind of set me down the right path. So, if you have questions, maybe find a mental health therapist, maybe find a pelvic health physical therapist to rule out any sort of physical issues. Hormones play a role. So, don't just sit back and think that this is normal for you, because there's definitely help. I will link my favorite sex book below, because that was the book that really helped me a lot, and I still use it. I still recommend it to my patients. It's great. But I hope that this kind of helps you understand that it's complicated, and it's okay if you don't feel like you want to have sex every night, because there's a lot that plays into it. So start to ask questions, start to read. That book is a great place to start. I'll show it to you. Come As You Are. It's my go-to book about sex. There are some really good ones out there too. This one I just I just think she's cool, and I just love how she wrote it. And it really spoke to me when I read it. And I actually didn't read it for myself. I read it just to kind of help my practice, and I got a lot out of it. So y'all message me with any questions that you have, and if there's anything else you want to learn about, let me know. And thank you so much for watching. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you guys have a good day.